Good morning, everyone. I'm Megyn Kelly. It's Monday, February 23rd, 2026, and this is your AM update.
If you see anything that looks suspicious or out of place, please contact us at 1-800-CALL-FBI.
A 21-year-old man armed with a shotgun killed by law enforcement after breaching Mar-a-Lago early Sunday morning. Violence erupting across Mexico after a top cartel leader is taken out by Mexican security forces. New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani lambasted for requiring 5 forms of ID to shovel snow when there is 0 needed to vote in an election in his city.
I love the USA. I love my teammates. It's unbelievable.
And the U.S. men's Olympic hockey team brings home the gold in a stunning and historic victory over Canada. All that and more coming up in just a moment on your AM update. Ever been in a bad relationship? You know, the kind it just wears you down. You settle in, even though deep down you know this is not how it's supposed to be. Well, that is what daily aches and pains can feel like. You stop expecting to feel good. You start thinking, maybe this is just my life now. But it doesn't have to be. With Relief Factor, you can break up with pain, just like Anthony did. He wrote, quote, "I was dealing with debilitating pain and fatigue. I've been taking Relief Factor for about 2 months, and now I'm back to running my business, fishing, gardening, doing the things that really matter to me." And listen, maybe it's your back pain, knee issues, or stiffness that's slowing you down. Well, Relief Factor may help give you your mobility back. Relief Factor is 100% drug-free, and it targets the inflammation that causes pain, so you can move better, you can feel better, and actually enjoy your life again. Try the 3-week quick start for just $19.95. Go to relieffactor.com or call 800-4-RELIEF, 800-4-RELIEF. Break up with pain and get back to what matters. An armed man shot and killed by law enforcement at Mar-a-Lago early Sunday morning. Authorities identifying the suspect as 21-year-old Austin Tucker Martin of Cameron, North Carolina. Martin breaching the inner perimeter of President Trump's Florida residence and private club around 1:30 a.m. According to Secret Service spokesman Anthony Guglielmi, Martin entering the property through the north gate as another vehicle was exiting. 2 Secret Service agents and a Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputy confronting Martin, who was armed with a shotgun and carrying a gas can. Officers ordering Martin to drop the items. Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw telling reporters Martin put down the gas can, then raised the shotgun into a firing position. All 3 officers opening fire, killing Martin at the scene. President Trump and First Lady Melania Trump were in D.C. at the time of the incident. No law enforcement personnel were injured. It is unclear if the shotgun was loaded. The FBI now leading the investigation with assistance from the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office. At a press conference yesterday, FBI Special Agent Brett Skiles making this request to nearby residents.
One thing I would ask the public is if you live in the area of the shooting, please check your exterior cameras for last night, early this morning. If you see anything that looks suspicious or out of place, please contact us at 1-800-CALL-FBI or contact the West Palm Beach Sheriff's Office. Thank you.
Investigators believe Martin purchased the shotgun somewhere along his drive from North Carolina. Martin's mother reported him missing on Saturday, according to the New York Post. Authorities are working to determine a motive. Martin's social media accounts show he was an artist who frequently sketched scenes of golf courses. He reportedly worked at the Pine Needles Lodge and Golf Club. TMZ reporting Martin, quote, had grown increasingly obsessed with the Epstein files in recent weeks. According to the outlet, which displayed a screenshot, Martin recently texted a friend, quote, "I don't know if you read up on the Epstein files, but evil is real and unmistakable." TMZ also reporting Martin had been a Trump supporter as recently as last year. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt writing on X, quote, "In the middle of the night while most Americans were asleep, the United States Secret Service acted quickly and decisively to neutralize a crazy person armed with a gun and a gas canister who intruded President Trump's home. Federal law enforcement are working 24/7 to keep our country safe and protect all Americans." Real Clear Politics correspondent Susan Crabtree, who covers the Secret Service, reporting on X that the incident is, quote, "unfortunately not surprising." Crabtree pointing to staffing shortages, morale issues, including a recent suicide attempt by an agent on President Trump's detail, as agents are, quote, "stretched way too thin," working 6 days per week and hitting maximum overtime. This incident also coming less than a week after another armed gunman was arrested while charging toward the U.S. Capitol with a shotgun. Violence erupting across Mexico yesterday after security forces killed the country's most wanted cartel boss. El Mencho, or Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, founder of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, known as one of the most violent and powerful criminal organizations in Mexico, shot as Mexican officials attempted to bring him into custody. The raid carried out in Jalisco, a western state bordering the Pacific Ocean. Members of the cartel engaging security forces in a gun battle, 4 cartel members killed at the scene. El Mencho and 2 others dying en route to Mexico City following their apprehension. 3 members of the Mexican military injured in the operation, 2 other gang members arrested. Officials seizing armored vehicles, rocket launchers, and other weapons, according to CBS News. The U.S. DOJ charging El Mencho multiple times since 2017, most recently in a superseding indictment in April 2022, accusing him of conspiracy and distribution of a controlled substance, including meth, cocaine, and fentanyl, into America, and using a firearm in relation to drug crimes. In 2024, the State Department announcing a $15 million reward for information leading to his arrest and/or conviction. And in 2025, the State Department sanctioning El Mencho and other New Generation Cartel leaders as specially designated global terrorists, allowing authorities to deny the organization access to the U.S. financial system. U.S. Deputy Secretary of State Christopher Landau posting to X, quote, "This is a great development for Mexico, for the U.S., Latin America, and the world. The good guys are stronger than the bad guys." Reuters reporting that a U.S. interagency group focused on collecting intel related to drug cartels played a role in the operation. The group, called the Joint Interagency Task Force Counter Cartel, reportedly launching late last year, tasked with mapping out cartel networks in the U.S. and Mexico. The Mexican Defense Ministry confirming to Reuters that, quote, U.S. authorities had provided complementary information. A U.S. defense official telling CNN, quote, "I want to emphasize that this was a Mexican military operation, so the success is theirs." In the hours after the attack, plumes of smoke seen across the skies of Puerto Vallarta, a city in Jalisco frequented by American tourists. Violence breaking out with reports of more than 20 burning vehicles blocking the roads. The Times reporting several state-run banks and supermarkets also torched. Social media videos showing dozens of panicked travelers running through Guadalajara International Airport yesterday. It's unclear what set off the panic, but Mexican officials say the airport is operating normally. Several airlines, including United and Southwest, canceling flights to and from Puerto Vallarta and Guadalajara. Officials in Jalisco suspending public transportation, warning people to stay inside. The U.S. State Department urging Americans in 5 Mexican states to shelter in place until further notice. The operation comes amid increased pressure from President Trump on Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum to crack down on cartels. Coming up, a massive snowstorm hitting the East Coast now, and Team USA men's hockey in a historic victory, winning Olympic gold over Canada. Our sponsor, the Electronic Payments Coalition, says Washington politicians are always getting in your wallet, and now they're messing with your credit card. They say your credit card and the security it offers are under attack, and that Senators Dick Durbin and Roger Marshall want to change the nation's payment system to benefit corporate megastores like Walmart and Target at the expense of everyday Americans. Credit cards can keep your payments secure and provide rewards that families use to help make everyday purchases more affordable. The Electronic Payments Coalition says the Durbin-Marshall mandates would let corporate megastores cut corners on credit card processing, routing transactions over cheaper, untested networks with weaker security and fewer protections. Find out more at guardyourcard.com and consider telling Congress to guard your card. Powerful nor'easter slamming the Northeast beginning yesterday and extending into today. Roughly 35 million Americans under blizzard warnings, reports NBC. New York issuing its first such warning since 2017. The last time all of New Jersey fell under a blizzard warning, 1996. States of emergency declared across the region in advance of the storm, freeing up resources and allowing for faster response. In New Jersey, Governor Mikey Sherrill activating the emergency beginning noon yesterday, In New York, Governor Kathy Hochul declaring an emergency beginning yesterday morning in 22 of 62 counties. Philadelphia Mayor Sherelle Parker announcing the start of the emergency yesterday afternoon. Philadelphia, New York, and Boston bracing for more than a foot of snow. Some areas expecting as much as 28 inches. Officials warning powerful winds with gusts upwards of 50 miles per hour could knock down trees and power lines, raising the threat of outages. The storm expected to continue throughout today, winding down by this evening. Forecasters warning of possible coastal flooding along a 400-mile stretch from Delaware Bay to Cape Cod. In New York City, Mayor Zohran Mamdani taking on his second major snowstorm since his inauguration. Mamdani under tremendous criticism for his handling of last month's cold snap, in which at least 19 people died on the streets due to frigid Arctic temperatures. Mamdani had paused homeless encampment sweeps when he took office, saying they were inhumane. Many felt letting 19 homeless people die in the cold wasn't great either. Now Mamdani reversing course, re-implementing the sweeps ahead of the storm in an effort to force people indoors. The mayor declaring a state of emergency, deploying warming buses throughout the city, and on Saturday, encouraging residents to sign up as emergency snow shovelers.
And for those who want to do more to help your neighbors and earn some extra cash, you too can become an emergency snow shoveler. Just show up at your local sanitation garage between 8 a.m. and 1 p.m. tomorrow with your paperwork, which is accessible online at nyc.gov/snow, and you can get started right away.
Critics quickly noticing the city's website instructs potential shovelers to present 5 forms of ID in order to get paid, including 2 photo ID, 2 original forms of ID, and a social security card, just to shovel. Many noting the hypocrisy of the policy, given the mayor's opposition to voter ID laws and the SAVE Act, currently being considered by the U.S. Senate, a measure requiring ID in federal elections and proof of citizenship when registering to vote. The Democrat Socialists of America, of which the mayor is a member, firmly opposing the SAVE Act, writing on its website, quote, "This bill is part of an escalating campaign to reverse the gains of the civil rights movement and marginalize working-class Americans who do not have access to documentary proof of citizenship. Our candidates for office stand firm against racist voter ID laws." Mayor Mamdani responding to critics yesterday.
This is a longstanding program and longstanding requirements, and this is a way that New Yorkers get paid to shovel snow in assistance with the city's response to a winter storm event. Federal law requires that employers get authorization and documentation to pay people for their work. We are not allowed to just cut checks to individuals for their work. And these are the policies that we've had in place, but I understand that for many, it's the first time that they've ever heard about it.
So, ID to vote in an election is racist and overly burdensome, but to shovel snow, it's fine. Got it. The U.S. men's hockey team making history in a dramatic victory over Canada to capture Olympic gold in Milan. Exactly 46 years after the 1980 Miracle on Ice, when a scrappy band of young American college students toppled the mighty Soviet machine in Lake Placid, Team USA delivering a new moment of Olympic legend. The Americans striking first, Matt Boldy racing down the ice, slicing through 2 Canadian defenders and burying the opening goal just 6 minutes into the first period. Canada responding late in the second period, tying the game 1-1. The Canadians unleashing a relentless barrage in the third, testing U.S. goalie Connor Hellebuck again and again, and was he ever up to the challenge? 1-1 it stood at the close of regular time, and then came sudden death overtime, where just 1 minute and 41 seconds in, Zach Werenski firing a cross-ice pass to a wide-open Jack Hughes, who snapped the puck into the back of the net for the game's golden goal, winning gold for Team USA. Hughes with a bloodied mouth and chipped teeth from earlier in this same game when he took a Canadian's stick to the mouth, telling NBC News what this victory means to the team.
This is all about our country right now. I love the USA. I love my teammates. It's unbelievable. The USA Hockey Brotherhood is so strong, and we had so much support from ex-players. And I'm so proud to be American today. Unbelievable game by Hellebuck. He was our best player tonight by a mile. Unbelievable game. Unreal game by our team. That's just a ballsy, gutsy win. That's American hockey right there. That's a great Canadian team, but we're USA. We're so proud to be Americans, Tonight was all for the country.
Throughout the medal ceremony, Americans in the crowd and on the podium singing their hearts out to the national anthem as Old Glory rose to the top position, the Canadians looking on glumly. One of those cheering the Americans on from Milan, Mike Eruzione, captain of the 1980 Miracle on Ice team, who later, as the team celebrated its huge win, could be seen on the shoulders of some very happy hockey players, the old heroes and the new. President Trump FaceTiming the victors post-game, inviting them to attend Tuesday's State of the Union. Listen to this.
You know, I tell you what, I just told my people 2 minutes ago, I didn't know they'd be calling. I said, we're giving the State of the Union speech on Tuesday night. I could send a military plane or something. But if you would like to, it's the coolest night. It's the biggest.
We're in.
Speech.
Can you pick us up in Miami on Tuesday morning?
Yeah, Tuesday morning. Close the northern border. We'll get cash and we'll get the military to get you guys over.
Okay, let's go.
Boys are going to the State of the Union. And I want to shake hands. I'm going to shake hands with everybody, but I got to shake hands with that goalie.
FBI Director Kash Patel in the locker room in person, on camera, celebrating with an elated team. This victory marking the first time in history the U.S. men's and women's hockey teams won Olympic gold, both triumphing over bitter rival and evil top hat Canada, one of whose players, Nathan MacKinnon, whined after the game, quote, "You be the judge of who was the better team today," end quote. K, "It was us, the ones who won." The Americans closing out the games with a record 12 gold medals, the most ever for Team USA at the Winter Olympics, with 33 medals overall, second only to Norway. The next Olympics set for the summer, 2028 in Los Angeles. And that'll do it for your AM Update. I'm Megyn Kelly. Join me back here for the MK Show, live on SiriusXM's The Megyn Kelly Channel, 111 at noon East, on youtube.com/Megyn Kelly, and on all podcast platforms.